Zoran's Lessons on Spiritual Perception. Greetings, young adventurers. I am Zoran the Dragon, your wise and whimsical guide through the mystical realms of spiritual science. Today, we embark on a journey to explore the profound topic of spiritual perception and how to develop it. Accompanying us on this enlightening adventure is the brilliant Dr. Robert J. Gilbert, whose wisdom will illuminate the path to enhancing our spiritual perception and understanding the unseen realms. Zoran the Dragon's quote: "Spiritual perception is the lens through which we see the invisible threads that weave the tapestry of existence. By honing this perception, we gain insight into the deeper truths of our being." Zoran the Dragon. Zoran's dialogue with Dr. Robert J. Gilbert. Zoran. Greetings, Dr. Gilbert. Today, our young readers are eager to learn about spiritual perception. Can you share your insights on what spiritual perception is and why it is essential for our spiritual growth? Dr. Gilbert. Absolutely, Zoran. Spiritual perception is the ability to perceive and understand the subtle, non-physical aspects of reality. It allows us to see beyond the material world and access higher dimensions of consciousness. Developing spiritual perception is essential for our spiritual growth because it helps us connect with our higher selves, access deeper wisdom, and understand the interconnectedness of all life. Zoran. That sounds fascinating. How do we begin the process of developing our spiritual perception? Dr. Gilbert. The journey begins with self-awareness, meditation, and specific practices designed to awaken and enhance our spiritual senses. Here are some key steps: meditation and mindfulness. Zoran. How does meditation help in developing spiritual perception? Dr. Gilbert. Meditation helps to quiet the mind and create a space for inner reflection. By practicing mindfulness, we become more attuned to the subtle energies within and around us. Meditation allows us to access higher states of consciousness and perceive the subtle realms where our spiritual senses operate. Chakra activation. Zoran. What are chakras, and how do we activate them to enhance spiritual perception? Dr. Gilbert. Chakras are the energy centers located along the spine, each corresponding to different aspects of our being. Practices such as visualization, chanting mantras, and specific yoga postures help to activate and energize these chakras. For example, the third eye chakra, located between the eyebrows, is linked to intuition and higher perception. Activating this chakra enhances our ability to perceive spiritual realities. Breathwork pranayama. Zoran. What role does breathwork play in developing spiritual perception? Dr. Gilbert. Breathwork, or pranayama, involves specific breathing techniques that regulate the flow of life energy prana in the body. Deep, mindful breathing enhances the flow of energy through the chakras, helping to activate and strengthen our spiritual senses. Techniques such as diaphragmatic breathing and alternate nostril breathing particularly effective. Visualization and guided imagery. Zoran. How can visualization and guided imagery help in this process? Dr. Gilbert. Visualization and guided imagery involve creating mental images of activating and nurturing our spiritual senses. By visualizing light and energy flowing through the chakras and energy centers, we stimulate and enhance their functioning. Guided imagery can also help us connect with our higher self and spiritual guides, providing insights and guidance. Sound therapy and mantras. Zoran. How do sound therapy and mantras contribute to developing spiritual perception? Dr. Gilbert. Sound therapy and mantras use specific frequencies and vibrations to promote healing and activation of the spiritual senses. Chanting mantras, such as Om or Om Mani Padme Hum, helps to align our vibrations with higher frequencies, enhancing the flow of energy through the chakras. Sound therapy tools, such as singing bowls and tuning forks, also promote balance and harmony. Grounding and centering techniques. Zoran. Why are grounding and centering techniques important? Dr. Gilbert. Grounding and centering techniques help to anchor our energy to the earth, providing stability and balance. Practices such as walking barefoot on the ground, spending time in nature, and visualizing roots growing from our feet into the earth are effective grounding techniques. Grounding ensures that the activated energy remains balanced and harmonious. Consistent practice and integration. Zoran, how can we ensure the consistent development of our spiritual perception? Dr. Gilbert, consistency is key. Regular practice of meditation, breathwork, visualization, and other techniques helps maintain the activation and growth of our spiritual senses. It is also important to integrate these practices into our daily lives, allowing them to become a natural part of our routine. Periodic self-assessments and adjustments to your practices ensure that your spiritual perception remains honed and functional.